G-505 vintage guitar synthesizer controller. It's finished in a beautiful metallic red finish. These guitars came in three colors: metallic red, metallic blue, and then a sunburst finish. And we know it's a vintage guitar synthesizer controller because there's the distinctive large 24-pin output connector on the back of the guitar. Now, if you're observant, you'll notice that this guitar is very similar to an Ibanez guitar that was produced around the same time. And a lot of people mistakenly say that these guitars were built by Ibanez for Roland, but it's more accurate to say that this guitar and the Ibanez guitar both came from the same Fujigen Gaki factory. And basically, Roland, a company that did not manufacture guitars on their own, came to the highly respected Fujigen guitar factory. They were also building the Fender guitars at the time, and said, we'd like a guitar for Stratocaster players, for Fender players. Do you have an existing design that we can then retrofit and add our electronics package into? And that's where the G-505 guitar came from. There was another guitar, a pair of guitars made at that time, the G-303 and the G-808, that were really for the Gibson crowd. This one, if you were a Stratocaster player, you could pick it up and feel right at home. The length of the neck, it's a 25.5-inch scale guitar. The nut's around 1 5/8 inches. And like a lot of Stratocaster guitars, you'll notice some parts have been changed out. One of the nice things about owning a Strat is it's very easy to customize your guitar. And in this case, the original 3 single coil pickups have been replaced by Seymour Duncan pickups. And in the bridge, we have a Hot Rails pickup. And then in the neck and middle position, we have Duncan Performer pickups. And if you're not familiar with the Duncan Performer pickups, they're the exact same pickups that, like, say you buy a Jackson guitar and it says Duncan designed pickups. So the same pickups, if they are called Duncan designed pickups, then they're OEM, original equipment manufacturer, sold, say, directly to Jackson, who then puts them in their guitar. If they say Duncan Performer pickups, it's the same pickup, but they've been repackaged for resale over the counter, like you could get them from Sweetwater Music or from Guitar Center. The other noticeable change to this guitar is the original Roland tremolo, which is a very basic functional tremolo, has been replaced with a Floyd Rose tremolo. And we can see the distinctive fine tuners here because this is a locking trim system. And again, up on the nut, we have the locking piece right behind the nut to hold the strings down if you're doing some extreme dive bombing and you want your guitar to stay in tune. For the purposes of doing these demos, I've actually loosened this part up and I've just been using the regular tuners on it. The guitar does a great job of staying in tune one way or the other. Overall, this G-505 is in incredibly great shape. You'll notice there's no major wings and dings, bumps, grinds. Nothing bad happened to this guitar in its life. And these guitars hold up really, really well. I mean, at the time, the whole Roland guitar synthesizer system cost quite a bit of money. So they really did go with some very nicely appointed, fairly high-end guitars for what Roland was building. And the quality has held up for 25 years. There's a good reason why, made in Japan guitars from that period are so highly regarded, and why people have been hanging on to this vintage Roland guitar synthesizer gear for quite a long time.